long a train needs to sit there, and see how long it's going to need to recover between trains. In case I end up needing to send more than one train to the station, how long does it need as recovery time to completely refill the chests? So, first things first, these are our supply chests for the main base. They are clearly stressed, so I will order in, no, I won't make, I'll order in some of those, and we'll add a few more just to try and de-stress it a little bit. Up on iron, I basically said, well, since we are getting, since I put so much into storage from clearing out those chests, let's put it back into the system. So that's what we're doing here with these ones. We still have 82,000 in storage, so that's no wonder that the iron is a bit, well, the storage in our main base here is a bit stressed. Do we have those? Yes, we do have some yellow chests. Okay, let's just lay down a few more rows of this just to alleviate the issue a bit. And by a few more, I mean a lot more. There we go. That should be fine. Stop ordering those in for now. Whoops, let me out of here. There we go. That should sort out that problem. Now, the other thing maybe we should do while we're here is, if we're going to be stamping down that pattern, of course I haven't left myself any room though, have I? If we're going to be stamping down that pattern, we may want to have them built automatically. So the express standard in-far inserter, I might want to work out, so it needs the fast far-handed inserter, which is that one, which needs a long-handed inserter, and this stuff. It's not impossible. What we could do is we could have a storage chest of these guys. Well, not a storage chest, a supply chest. We'll just knock it down to 50. We will put in a fast long-handed inserter to fill it up. Fast looks so slow now. And so where's our express far-handed, express standard in far inserter? It's going to need white, so it's going to need these guys. So if we built an assembly machine there, we could feed it here with the fast version. So the express standard in far inserter needs the fast far-handed inserter. Plus this stuff. So what's this? It's just standard yellow belt. Okay, let's do a little twisty corner thing here. Put a little bit of underground in. Come over here. You are going to be a fast far-handed inserter. You are going to have a requester chest. You're going to need a requester chest as well. let's just get a couple of standard fast inserters if I can find any. There we go. That will do. You're going to supply directly to that. You're going to get from there and from up here. And you are going to be a fast, an express standard in far inserter. We are going to give you God modules, lest I forget. Okay, we'll use the same chest here. We'll change that to smart inserters. So that is a fast express long inserter. So this can say if express long inserters are less than, say, 50. And this one can be if the express standard in far inserter is less than 50. And what else do you need? You need white circuits, so that is white circuits. We won't need 250, will do. One of them. There you go. Now they're being built. Not super fast, but fast enough. So that's everything in our pattern is now built. Let's go back. Let's go back. This is going crazy. God modules 1.2. How many did I say I wanted? Oh yeah, 2000. That's right. That's fine. I've added a few extra charging points along the way because I noticed that we had quite a build-up of bots trying to charge just on the zone extenders, but only one can charge on the zone extenders, so that should help them quite a bit. Now here's our train. These all powered? They are all powered. That's very handy. Let's ride our train. Let's give it a destination. We want you to go to Iron 1. Oops. Iron 1. And we'll see how fast this thing can go. That's pretty good. In fact, it's so good that I'm going to cut off your destination and now drive you manually because I don't actually want you to pull up into the station until it's ready for you. So these things are very fast. So we're still loading. How far are we? 2.9k. Wow. Oh, we're not even halfway. That's, yeah. Well, Man, what are we putting into each of these? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 carriages. They've got 2 chests each, so if it's full to at least this point, then we know that they all to that point. I mean, it should be a complete row and a half from each side, from each of these. So that would be 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6. So 6 rows into the car. So it's not going to be quite as good a test as I wanted. Because it's not completely full. But what we can do for our test is we can drive in. We will see how long it takes to fill it. We'll at least get that, and we'll see how long it takes to empty, and I may have to do the numbers on how long it takes to recover later. So we'll grab our trusty phone as our watch here. Put our clock on stopwatch. Now, I want you to go to Iron 1. That's the station I want you to go to. I'm going to set this to wait for the maximum 200 seconds. It may not need all of that, but we'll be judging by mousing over the train to see how where it's up to. So go to station, go, let's see when it... Ah, you silly phone. It kind of went on standby mode, which is rather annoying. But this, it's loading incredibly fast. That's it. So that was like 15 seconds worth. And it's fully loaded, 24,000. Wow. Okay. That was a good test. Alright, train. And we'll see, where are we up to in terms of these now? Oh, they've recovered actually. Fairly well. So if I give it 15 or 20 seconds, we should be fine. Well, let's head back up to Iron Depot North. Oh, out of fuel. Not so good. There you go. And yes, it is compacting the belts. That's what we wanted. And it's draining this very fast. There we go. Done. How about, whoops, yeah, how about you stop there? See how our flow's going. It's not quite a compacted steel belt, is it? Why is that? Part of the reason is that half of it's not coming back in. We never did this. It's kind of annoying. Is that better? It's a little better. I haven't actually connected this part up either. That's a lot better. course, that's having everything being fed to it, so whoops, so that's not exactly fair. Are we able... Oh, and these ones aren't even powered, so multiple issues with my test here. And we probably have the same thing. Yes, we do have the same thing over here. Oh, I'm now out of poles. Let's order some in. So we can supply the iron fast enough. I'm not 100% sure if the iron is supplying the steel smelters fast enough. There we go. Let's get a few more of these poles in place. Oh, these ones aren't even fully God moduled, so in all respects this part of the test is not valid. So it looks like I'm going to have to run around and try and fill out all of these with God modules. It's kind of the only option. I'll stop sending me coal. Won't need your Mark IIs. Is that train moving between stations? I probably don't really want that. Do I stop you? Yes. Yeah, you can just sit there, that's fine. We've powered up that side. Oops, it's no good. You need to go over here. You have God modules, but there's none down on these bits, so yes. I'd forgotten that. Sorry about that, guys. So that kind of invalidates that part of the test, but we do know a couple of things. One, the train does work. It is able to completely compact these belts. It doesn't need to wait very long, and it moves very fast. So all of those things are good, positive takeaways. Yeah, so now we just need to know how long it actually lasts once it's in here. It's probably, I mean, the stack bonus is about 3 times, so it's probably twice as long as it takes to unload as it's safe to be here. So we need to get these things out and another one in sort of in like a time and a half to 2 times maximum of the actual unload speed, and we know the unload speed is pretty fantastic. It's sort of about 15 seconds, so this one can unload, get out within the next 30 seconds. Another one has to be unloading. That's kind of the pace we have to maintain, which is still pretty significant. God modules or no God modules, that's what we need to do. It's not small. So we'll have to work out just how many of these we need, sort of time them to average run time to some of the outposts, and work out how many outposts we're going to need to have, and so on. So there's plenty of maths around that to go. Next episode though, if we're going to start testing this stuff, we actually probably need to actually exhaust the supply that comes in here a little bit as well for it to be a fair test. So I probably need to carry on with the next part, and I'm thinking probably oil. We'll bring oil over. Maybe I'll do it sort of in this area. There's still quite a bit of room here. Is it enough for oil? I don't know. We've got a little bit up the top that we could use. How far does this extend? Quite a long way, so we could actually get a little bit of robotic clearance here first. So oil is essential for plastic, obviously, and then that's for the petroleum. The light is going to feed the rocket fuel, and heavy, we need quite a significant amount in circuits. So if we're putting oil in here, we're probably going to be building circuits kind of over this way a little bit. But while we're in the process of getting rid of trees, let's just get rid of these last ones. Nice bit of tree clearance. I still need to put God modules in all of these things, plus the beacons. I don't think, I'm not sure if my pattern had the beacons. I know we weren't building them when I first slapped these down. Let me just see if it actually is in our pattern. Where is that build? Is that it? That doesn't have a beacon. And that one's obsolete. So we'll have to put the beacon in and correct this pattern. And then put God modules all through all of these things. It's not hugely urgent just yet. Anyway, that's all we've got time for. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one as we build more of our infrastructure so that we can support our mega rocket silos. So see you then. Thanks very much, folks.